Okay, it was once said you give a million monkeys a million typewriters, you end up with something good. And I'm not calling everybody in the Autodesk world monkeys, but I'm going to issue to here a site that's newly out called the Autodesk Exchange, AutoCAD Exchange. Try to take it just really quick. It'll be something you're going to kind of want to stumble around and get resources from. This is in addition to, or for you all joining up to the Students Autodesk community site for students where you get your free downloads. The proliferation of what's available out on the web in terms of training, I believe, pushes us more towards a credentialing system within education where really my expectation, or many people's expectation, is that you'll be able to figure stuff out and teach yourselves. We're going to do a little bit of both, but your opportunities to go out and waste time on games in class, the window of that opportunity is just slammed shut. I spend some time on SketchUp in their community sites and on AutoCAD as well, which will get you both to AutoCAD and probably more specifically for many of you to Civil 3D. So I'm just going to take it real quick through here. I just started going through the blogs, I guess, or the question or the comment section in AutoCAD. So right now this site is very new. You already see there's already 56,000 messages and 964 threads. When I looked at it, the earliest post was not too long ago, so I do think this is relatively new. So I'll go back to Welcome Mark Batak. I'm going to go back to my control panel here, my forum settings. There's all kinds of different things you can set up. Typically you're used to doing this within, and you'll notice the look of this is very, very, very close to, I think, what you'll see in Blackboard. This interface for collaboration and for discussion boards has kind of come to some commonality based on, I think, some of the software that's using to run it. So, okay, let me go back to sign in there. Up, and there's my sign in. I'm going to go back up here. Where do you get this site? Let's see. Okay, this is called the Autodesk Exchange. So when you go in, you're going to go through and get yourself a login. I'm going to point out that you're going to have to be getting a number of accounts. This is just the reality. So figure out some way to organize your passwords and logons. Specifically for AutoCAD, I would expect you to have one at the Students Autodesk community site and to have one at this Exchange, Autodesk Exchange. There's lots of other great sites that you're going to may or may not want to participate in. Within SketchUp, there's going to be sites. Within Stormwater, collaboration groups, which is a very emergent, very changing thing. You're going to want to have some logins. So do come up with some way to keep track of passwords. I guess I would say here, do as I say, not as I do. That's one of the things I may get to this summer, is to kind of put all these things in one place and get my passwords kind of more protected than they otherwise would be. Different ways to do this, of course. You'll have to figure that out. So you can more or less set up what you're looking for in a thread. You can do all kinds of different stuff. Now I'm going to try to get back here. I probably will not be able to. Back up to my control panel. Go back up to ground rules, and I'm just going to do a bunch of backs here. See if I can get back. I'm hitting my back, my back, my back. Okay, and this is pretty much the place you're going to really want to be looking at on a semi-recurrent basis. If you look at here, they kind of break things up into it actually goes back a lot farther than I would say. They probably have brought a lot of things from another site in. Visualization, you see here. Let's quick go to that one. That's something that many of you are going to want to kind of, once especially you're done with some of the burdens of your classes in terms of the background of math, physics, to try to start to put some of this together in some sort of visualization. A very key important thing nowadays with the proliferation of bandwidth and processing power. The expectation is there that you're going to be visualizing things. And so here, you notice there's all kinds of different things you can do. I'm going to go back to the first one here, and let me go to Viewport Rotation. I think this is something relatively new in AutoCAD 2010, and you see people will kind of discuss it going through. You are allowed to do posts. What I'm going to go back a couple more times to is to show you some of the gallery here. This is what it's called. So here's the home page for this site right there. And if you notice, there's all kinds of different things. Showcase is going to be something pretty interesting here, where you can both go and look at what people have put up, right? And it's pretty eclectic in terms of what they'll put up. If you go to that first page, however, you'll see a design here, a roadway model. So you're going to see a lot of, I think animation is, you see that one of Autodesk sites is, one of the programs that they've made is something called 3DS. It's one of the few programs you're not allowed to download and get a student copy, though you are allowed then to get a 30-day copy. And I would really recommend not getting that 30-day copy until you've actually got a chance to really be able to look at that software. I think it's got a lot of power. I've avoided looking at it up to now purely because I know it'll suck you in for quite a while. So I'm going to go ahead and quit this recording here and place it out. Again, this is called the AutoCAD Exchange. The other place that you should be signing up, or you should be signed up already, is Students Autodesk Community. That kind of search in a website, in a browser, will get you there. These are going to be requirements anyway, just the necessity of making sure that you realize that the 21st century means that you're taking advantage of 21st century skills. At the same time, you're going to be taking advantage of old, tried and true skills. Water flows downhill. Up is the opposite of down. The normal force acts normal to the point of contact. The friction force acts normal to the normal force. Force equals mass times acceleration. Those don't change. You are safe. You wear your hard hat. You wear visible clothing. Those don't change. However, we add to them, and it becomes a necessity of taking advantage of all these things if you're going to be competitive in the 21st century workplace. Thanks for listening.